Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Radiantly Rooted. This is the podcast where we explore what it really means to live, to lead, and to make choices from a place of inner alignment, where your decisions reflect your truth, not just what is expected of you. I'm your host, Rachel Hupp, and I am a soulful life coach and a spiritual guide walking this journey with you. And today we are closing out this four-part Root Before You Rise mini series with something that I think is really special. It is designed to help you with a soulful, meaningful, gentle start to 2026. So, if you have been feeling kind of disconnected from yourself lately, like maybe you're always second guessing or overthinking or wondering why your life looks fine on the outside, but maybe it doesn't feel quite right on the inside. You're not the only one, and I am here for you. I hear that all the time from the women that I work with, and I've got to be honest, I felt it myself too. So if you are craving a life that feels calmer, clearer, and more like you, not in some big overwhelming way, but in your day to day, this episode is for you. Because here's the thing, that kind of life starts with one thing. And no, it's not willpower or another routine that you have to try to perfect. It's self trust. And today we're going to talk about how to rebuild that self trust through small, nourishing rituals that help you feel emotionally steady again. So, here's what we're going to explore together in today's episode. We're going to talk about what emotional steadiness really means and why it changes everything, especially for those of us who have been in survival mode for way too long. We're going to talk about the quiet, everyday ways disconnection shows up and how to spot it with awareness and gentle compassion. And then I'm going to be sharing with you 5 simple rituals that you can use right away to help you feel more grounded, more present, and more connected to who you really are. Now, along this journey, I am going to be sharing some free resources for you. So don't worry about writing down those links. You can find them in the show notes below this video or below this audio, depending on where you are listening. All right, so I'm going to share those 5 rituals with you, but then we're going to talk about what actually helps those rituals to stick, even if you're one of those people that routines haven't worked for you in the past. And I'm raising my hand because I have been there too. And then finally, we're going to talk about how you can create rituals and routines that support your energy instead of drain it. So, if you are tired of feeling like life's running you, if you're ready for something softer, more gentle, something that actually feels like a fit for your real life, then you are in the right place. So, let's go ahead and begin. Now, before we dive in, I do want to just get clear on what I mean when I say emotional steadiness. I don't mean being calm all the time. I don't mean always being positive. And I definitely don't mean pretending everything is fine when it's not. What I mean by emotional steadiness is that ability to stay connected to yourself, even when things feel messy or uncomfortable. So instead of just going on autopilot or abandoning your own needs, you're able to stay grounded and connected to the heart of who you are. So, what does that look like in real life? Well, letting yourself feel your emotions without being overtaken by them, without trying to push them down or hide them. Maybe we take a breath before we react, giving ourselves time to respond mindfully. And emotional steadiness allows us to recover more quickly after stress or after a conflict. And that steadiness, it doesn't come from pushing harder or trying to fix yourself. It comes from small, supportive routines and rituals that help your nervous system to feel safe again. And so that's what these rooted rituals are here to offer you today. And so, as I walk you through them, I want you to keep a few questions in the back of your mind. First of all, do you already have a moment in your day where you pause, even if it's just for a breath? Do you slow down at all? Or you just go, 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 go from the time you wake up in the morning until the time you go to bed at night? And this is just about awareness. There's no judgment here. But do you already have a moment in your day where you pause? Again, even if it's just for a mindful breath. And then as we move through these 5 rituals that I want to share with you today, I want you to consider which of them feel the most doable for you right now? And which of them feel the most interesting? Which ones do you actually want to try? All right, let's dive into our first ritual, and that is start your day with a soft landing. I also like to think of this as a Zen morning. Now, how does this work? This is tricky. Before your phone, before your inbox, before the world rushes in, you come home to yourself. Easier said than done, right? Maybe not. So, if you're in a space where it's safe to do so, let your eyes soften down or close and just tune into the rhythm of your breath. And I'm going to invite you to bring to mind an image. Picture soft morning light, soft blankets around your legs, and just a moment to place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. And take 3 slow breaths. Now, this ritual isn't about being productive, it's about being present. So if your eyes are closed, you can open them comfortably back into the space. And this is my personal morning routine, and I want to share it with you. And so this is just a simple ritual that you can try. When you wake up in the morning before you get out of bed, take a moment to look around you. Notice what you see. Notice the light filtering in through the windows. Welcome this brand new day. And then give yourself 3 breaths. And I like to imagine that these are cleansing breaths, one for the body, one for your mind, and one for your spirit. And then after that, think of 3 things that you are grateful for. And it's just whatever comes up first. No pressure. They can be big, they can be little. Oftentimes, I am grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for being able to live in the mountains in my tiny little cabin. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my little zoo. I'm grateful that I get to share yoga for a living. So it can be anything. What are you grateful for? It helps to set the tone for your day. And then I like to set an intention for my day or pick a word for my day to help guide and steer my energy. So this might be steady, grounded, present, move slowly. Whatever it is, just take a second, a moment to pick a word or intention to help ground you, anchor you in the energy you want to embody as you move throughout your day. And then just offer yourself a little bit of gentle movement. It might be a stretch, it might be rolling your shoulder, it might be a little rock side to side or some neck rolls. Whatever feels good, just give yourself a little bit of mindful movement to welcome this brand new day. This only takes a few minutes, but even a few minutes can completely shift how you enter this brand new day. And here's what I want you to know. Emotional steadiness, we talked about that a little while ago, right? It's not built in big moments. It's built in small, repeated ones like this. And so, if you would like a little bit of extra support with this, I did create a short guided audio, a principal morning checklist, and a video. So, you can pick and choose which of those would feel the most supportive for you. And I'll actually walk you through this practice. You can bookmark it so you have it ready to go tomorrow morning. And then I'll walk you through my practice step by step by step. So, if you are interested in that, you can get it at rachelhupp.com/Zen morning. So that's Rachel Hupp, RACHELHUP. All right, my friend, ritual 1. Start your morning with intention. So it's a soft landing, it's a Zen morning, whatever you want to call it. And really, it doesn't take very long, but it's so powerful to help anchor you in the energy you want to create as you move into your day. All right, my friend, ritual 2. And if you have followed me for a while, you are not going to be surprised about this one at all. Pause before you say yes. I talk about this all the time because it's life changing. The power of the pause. So many of us, raise your hand if you were taught to answer quickly, to say yes fast, to explain ourselves, to keep the peace, to be a good girl, to do the right thing, not to let anybody down. There's power in learning to pause, even if it's just for one breath. So here's how this ritual works. Notice the urgency, the tension, the pressure to respond. Maybe somebody texted you and asked you to do something. Maybe somebody emailed you and they're waiting for your response. Maybe you're doing your yoga practice and your phone is ringing in the other room. Notice that urgency, that tension, that pressure to respond. And then pause, take a breath, just inhale through your nose. You might even let the exhale be a little bit slower. And then ask yourself, is this a yes for me right now? Is this something I need to tend to right now? Is that tension, that pressure real? Or is it self imposed? Is it imposed by those around me? A lot of times it's a false sense of urgency that we think is real, right? Yeah. And so give yourself permission not to answer the phone while you're doing your yoga practice, not to respond to that email right away, to take your time to say, let me get back to you before you decide if you want to say yes to that new commitment. Even if it's something that sounds fun, right? If it fills up your schedule, if it makes you feel like you don't have time in your day for yourself, is it a heart yes? Or is it a not this time, but keep me in mind next time? Every time you embrace the power of the pause, every time you do this, you are gently interrupting old patterns and you're making space for self trust. Every time you pause instead of react, you are reclaiming your energy in the smallest, most loving way. I made a simple resource to help you practice this, and it's called Daily Pause Points, and it's totally free. And so if you're interested in this one, you can find it at rachelhupp.com/pause. And again, this will be down in the show notes, but it's rachelhupp.com/pause. What might shift for you if you think about it? What might shift for you if you gave yourself just a little bit more time before responding? Something to think about, huh? All right, the third ritual that I want to share with you today is to come back to your body midday. Come back to your body midday. This is kind of like a little reset for your body that you can do. So here's how it works. When you start to feel kind of off or overwhelmed, chances are your body knows it before your brain does. You can't think your way out of stress. You have to feel your way back into safety, back into that nervous system regulation. And so here's how. Choose a moment. It's a time that works well for you. So maybe it's after work, right when you get home from work. Maybe it's your lunch break or dinner or just any time that you notice tension building up. I feel it in my shoulders and between my shoulder blades and in my neck and in my jaw. What about you? Where do you feel that tension? All right. So when you choose, it could be something that you plan, something that you build into your daily ritual. Or again, maybe you just notice, oh my gosh, I haven't taken a deep breath in like an hour and you're like going blue. No, that's a little extreme, but you know what I mean. When you find yourself holding your breath, when you find yourself clenching your jaw, or when you get home from work, bring your awareness to your body. Feel your feet. Notice what they're touching. Notice your breath. You might even place a hand or two on your heart. And you can add in just a little bit of gentle movement here. Again, maybe it's a gentle stretch. Maybe you're rolling your neck or swaying a little side to side. Here's the thing, you don't have to be calm all the time. What you do need is a way to come back to yourself when you notice you've left, when you notice that your body might be physically present in one place, but your mind is off in la la land, either ruminating about the past or worrying about the future. So you need a way to come back to yourself when you notice that you've left, that your mind has wandered off. And so, if you're interested, I did record a short guided version of this for you. It is just 7 minutes long, and you can listen to it anytime that you need a reset. So, you can find this resource at rachelhupp.com/grounding. rachelhupp.com/grounding. All right. Next up, set the day down to rest. Ritual 4. What do I mean by that? Well, you can sleep a full 8 hours, but still wake up exhausted if your mind never got the message that it was safe to let go. Have you been there? I know I have, right? So, this ritual helps you to close down the emotional loops of your day so that you can actually rest. So, here's how it works. Ask yourself in the evening, what can I set down tonight? Or if you work shift work, do it in the morning before bed. What can I set down before bed? What can I set down? What can I release? What can I let go of? What am I carrying that doesn't feel supportive? Or what's going to keep me up all night if I don't stop thinking about it? You can say it out loud if you want to. You can write it down if you are into journaling or brain dumping. Brain dumping is so powerful. Just write it all out. Or even visualize letting it go. And then create a sense of closure. So as you are preparing for bed, turn off stimulation, the computer, the phone, set it aside, dim the lights, let yourself breathe a little slower. Let yourself feel the rhythm of your breath. Let each exhale be a gentle release, mindful letting go. Each breath in, breathing in a deep sense of peace and grounding, breathing in a deep sense of ease. You don't need to solve your entire life before bed, my friend. You just need a way to let go. And if you are interested, I did create a gentle evening yoga series to help you wind down. You don't need any experience. And you can access this at rachelhupp.com/evening yoga. These are free practices available on YouTube. And again, rachelhupp.com evening yoga. This is a gentle evening yoga series to help you wind down before bed so that you can calm your body, calm your mind, and get a good night's sleep. So, setting the day down to rest. All right, let's move on to the fifth and final ritual that I want to share with you today. And this ritual is to choose one weekly anchor. One weekly anchor. What do I mean by that? Well, we've talked a lot about daily rituals and how they help us come home to ourselves, how they help ground us, how they help us return home to the heart of who we are. And so the way a weekly anchor works is that it helps you to stay connected over time. You want to make sure that you're choosing something that feels simple and nourishing and something that you can return to week after week. That might look like a Sunday walk. One of my clients likes to take a bubble bath Sunday evening to prepare herself for the week ahead. Maybe it's a journal check-in, a weekly tea ritual. Maybe it is a coaching session, talking to somebody, getting support, accountability, guidance. Maybe it's a few moments of stillness or meditation, petting your dog or your cat. Here's the thing, when you have this weekly anchor to ground you, when you know that support is coming, you don't feel like you're carrying everything alone. So, what do you need more of in your weekly routine, your habits? Do you need more spaciousness? Do you need more stillness? Do you need more support? Now, you might be wondering, Rachel, this all sounds great, but I seriously don't have time. And I feel that to the depths of my soul. It is totally fair. That's why these rituals are designed to be small. One breath is enough to begin the power of the pause. Another question that comes up a lot when I share these types of things is, I've tried routines before, Rachel, they didn't stick. And so I want you to think about these as invitations. Instead of routines, instead of habits, think of them as invitations. They're meant to meet you where you are. They're not meant to pressure you to become somebody else or to add even more to your plate. They're designed to support you in the here and now. Do I need to do all five? Absolutely not. Start with one. Let it feel good. Let it fit your life. These rituals, they're about gently remembering who you are underneath the noise. Take what feels supportive and leave the rest behind. So let's just take a breath together. Breathe in, breathe out. And I wanted to remind you that you don't have to do it all. We feel like we do. We don't. You don't have to do it all. You just need a soft place to land within the patterns of your day and your week. And so today we explored a gentle morning rhythm, a sacred pause, a midday body reset, an evening release, and a weekly anchor. Now, these are not things to add to your to-do list. They are simply ways of being present with yourself. So imagine waking up tomorrow without bracing yourself for the day ahead. Imagine setting a boundary without spiraling into guilt cycles. Imagine being with yourself and truly loving and liking who you're with. That's what emotional steadiness makes possible. And it starts not with willpower, but with rituals, with routines, with sacred pauses, with breath, with care. And so, if something in today's episode resonated with you, I would love to know, what ritual are you starting with? What does steadiness look like in your life right now? Put a comment down below or come over to Instagram and message me at Radiantly Rooted Yoga. I read every word. And if you are ready for more personalized support, I offer one-on-one coaching for women who want to feel calmer, clearer, and more at home in their lives. You can learn more about that at rachelhupp.com/coaching. Your steadiness is waiting, my friend, and it starts with you. Thanks for listening to Radiantly Rooted with Rachel. If this episode brought you a little more clarity, grounding, or inspiration, I'd love it if you shared it with a friend or left a quick review. It really helps more women find this space and feel supported on their own path. And if you are craving more soulful support, head on over to rachelhupp.com to join my email list. That's where I send free resources, gentle guidance, and invitations to go deeper. Until next time, trust yourself and root in to what matters. Because the life you want, it starts by coming back home to you.